Good evening and welcome to Mastermind with me, Jennifer Byrne. Tonight, 4 new contenders are preparing to battle it out in the hope of becoming Australia's mastermind. And here they are. Our first contender tonight is Kelly Carr with her specialist subject, Drew Barrymore films. Next, Jake Nelson will be tested on The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novel. Our third contender, Hamid Shah, will be questioned on Genghis Khan. And finally, Alex Toltz will be challenged on Chariots of Fire. 4 great subjects, and as always, each contender will have 2 minutes on their specialist subject and 90 seconds on general knowledge. At the end of each week, our winners go head-to-head in the weekly final, inching them closer to claiming the title of Australia's mastermind. So let us begin. Will the first contender join me, please? Your name?
Kelly Carr.
Your occupation?
HR manager.
And your specialist subject?
Drew Barrymore films.
She comes from a long line of acting family. Do you think it was in the genes?
I think a little bit of both. I think she's just a very talented woman, but I also think, obviously, her parents and her grandparents are a testament to that as well.
Well, are you ready?
I am.
Your special subject, Drew Barrymore films, starts now. Drew Barrymore stars as a young girl with pyrokinetic powers in the 1984 horror sci-fi film Firestarter, based on a 1980 novel by which author?
Pass.
Barrymore plays Chicago copy editor Josie Gellar in 1999's Never Been Kissed, the first feature film made by her own production company named what?
Flower films.
Correct. Making her feature film debut in the 1980 movie Altered States about a Harvard scientist's experiments with hallucinogens, Barrymore plays which character?
Pass.
The film Scream opens with Barrymore's character Casey talking to her killer on the phone, guessing that his favourite scary movie is which film, also directed by Wes Craven?
Pass.
For his role as a washed-up pop star alongside Barrymore in music and lyrics, Hugh Grant was coached by British musician Martin Fry, the lead singer of which 80s new wave band?
Ace.
ABC. In the film E.T. the Extraterrestrial, E.T. says home and approaches a child he seems to recognise who is wearing a Halloween costume of which Star Wars character?
Pass.
In the 2012 film Big Miracle, Barrymore's character Rachel Kramer is reportedly based on Cindy Lowry, a wildlife campaigner for which global environmental group?
Oh my gosh. Greenpeace.
Correct. Based on the life of a game show host, Chuck Barris, who claimed to be a CIA assassin, the 2002 film Confessions of a Dangerous Mind is the directorial debut of which actor?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
George Clooney. Similar to the medical condition anterograde amnesia is what fictional neurological syndrome suffered by Lucy in 50 First Dates, said to be named after a Lithuanian psychiatrist?
Short-term memory loss.
Goldfield syndrome. Barrymore was nominated for the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress for her roles in Duplex and Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, along with which 2014 films co-starring Adam Sandler? You may answer.
Blended.
Correct. 4 passes for you, Kelly. The 1980 novel, which was behind Firestarter, was Stephen King's. Altered States, Barrymore plays the character of Margaret Jessup. Scream starts with Barrymore's character on the phone discussing Wes Craven's A Nightmare on Elm Street. And in E.T., the child is wearing a Yoda Halloween costume. 3 right. Thank you very much. And now our second contender, please. Your name?
Jake Nelson.
Your occupation?
Journalist.
Your specialist subject?
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novels.
1 question, no points. Explain the towel.
A towel is the most massively useful thing an interstellar hitchhiker can have. Jennifer, if you want to get anywhere in this galaxy, you've got to know where your towel is.
And everyone watching you who's ever read those books will know why you've got it. You ready?
Yes.
Jake, Your time starts now. The original Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy novel involves Englishman Arthur Dent being rescued from the Earth moments before the planet is demolished to make way for what?
A hyperspace bypass.
Yes. In the Hitchhiker's Guide novels, the eponymous guide is an electronic reference book that has what message written on its cover in large friendly letters?
Don't panic.
Correct. Reluctantly serving as a subordinate to his father aboard the Vogon hyperspace ship, the Business End, is what son of Prostetnik Vogon Jeltz?
Constant moan.
Yes. In 2009, Owen Colfer, author of the best-selling Artemis Fowl series, wrote what sixth novel in the Hitchhiker's Guide trilogy?
And another thing.
Yes. While travelling on a hyperspatial starship, Arthur crash lands on which uncharted planet and lives among the natives, where he becomes a master sandwich maker?
Lamuella.
Correct. In the American edition of Life, the Universe and Everything, the name of which European country is revealed to be an unspeakably rude word throughout the rest of the galaxy?
Belgium.
Yes. While stranded on prehistoric Earth, Arthur and Ford stumble across a time-travelling Chesterfield sofa that unexpectedly transports them to which London sporting venue?
Lord's Cricket Ground.
Yes. Early in the first novel, Arthur's friend Ford Prefect reveals that he's not from Guildford after all, but from a small planet somewhere in the vicinity of what star?
Beetlejuice.
Yes. The ingredients of the infamous Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster cocktail include a bottle of Old Jank Spirit, 3 cubes of Arcturan Mega Gin, and 1 measure of seawater from which planet?
Centragenous 5.
Correct. In Mostly Harmless, the guide explains the universe is not a thing as such, but it is just a way of looking at what is technically known as the whole sort of general what?
Mishmash.
Yes. Zaphod steals from the restaurant at the end of the universe is owned by Hot Black Desiato, a musician from what fictional rock band?
Disaster area.
Correct. In Mostly Harmless, astronomers discover a 10th planet in our solar system, officially named Persephone, but most often referred to by what nickname after an astronomer's pet parrot?
Rupert.
That is correct. Well, the towel is clearly working for you. Well done. No passes, 12. Well done.
Thank you.
And our next contender, please. Your name,
Hamid Shah,
your occupation,
project administrator.
and your specialist subject.
Genghis Khan.
Fascinating. Fascinating man.
Yeah.
Do you think that history will regard him kindly? I mean, good or a bad man?
Look, unfortunately was involved in a lot of naughty stuff over the years, but...
Like pillaging, looting, raping,
absolutely,
yes, murder.
he was, but then he did unify what is now China. He was one of the first people of the area to promote people on merit.
So are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Your time starts now. Born Temujin, Genghis Khan was betrothed at an early age after he and his father journeyed to find him a future bride, with which member of the Ongirat tribe becoming his first wife?
Burte.
Correct. Later absorbed into his empire, which Turkic tribe did Genghis Khan go to war against in 1202 after one of its members had fatally poisoned his father?
The Merkites.
The Tatars. On assuming the title Genghis Khan, he reviewed his people's customs, abolishing those causing bloodshed and dissension with his oral statement of the new law, later codified and given what name?
Pass.
In a compromise due to doubts surrounding the legitimacy of his firstborn son, Jochi, Genghis Khan instead named which son, his third, as his successor?
Ogadai.
Correct. Having wounded Temujin in a battle with a poisoned arrow, Giacoc owned up to being the archer, and impressed by his courage and candour, Temujin took him into his army under what new name, meaning arrowhead?
Jebi.
Correct. Preempting the Pony Express by 600 years, Temujin created a network of staging posts for the speedy delivery of messages, with what name given to the swift riders carrying those dispatches?
Swift Riders. Pass.
Of mixed Tibetan and Burmese stock and led by the Emperor Li Anquan, what name was given to the people that Temujin's armies attacked because of their wealth?
Tanguts.
Correct. To get the men needed to rescue his wife after she was taken by the Menakits, Temujin turned to his father's blood brother, urging him to also seek help from which childhood friend and future rival?
Jamuka.
Correct. En route to the Ong Khan's camp for a wedding, Temujin was tipped off that he was riding to his death, so he ordered his party to scatter, then rode toward which lake to consider his next move?
Auror.
Lake Balyuna. The object of Genghis Khan's first campaign of conquest outside Mongolia was the wealthy Tangut Empire. Much of its wealth derived from its location on a stretch of which important trade route?
Silk Route.
Correct.
Yep.
Just 2 passes for you there, Hamid. The review of people's customs, later codified, was known as the Great Yasa Yasa.
Yes, yes.
And the network of staging posts, which preempted the Pony Express by 600 years, they were called arrow messengers.
Yes, arrows. I knew both of them.
Unfortunately, you didn't answer,
I
however.
know.
But you did answer correctly 6 times. Well done.
Thank you.
What a sterling start to the show. Join us after the break when Alex will tell us all he knows about Chariots of Fire. Welcome back to Mastermind. It's time for our 4th contender, Alex, to take his turn on the specialist subject. So let us continue. Our final contender, please. Your name,
Alex Toltz,
your occupation,
solicitor.
and your specialist subject.
The motion picture Chariots of Fire.
That surely has to have the most memorable theme tune.
Absolutely. It's even the ringtone on my phone.
Is it?
I hear it every day and it gives me goosebumps every day,
Is that right?
if people call me at least.
Are you ready?
I am indeed.
Your time, Alex Toltz, starts now. The opening scene of the film takes place in London in 1978 at the funeral of Harold Abrahams and features a speech given by his fellow athlete Lord Lindsay, played by which actor?
Nigel Havers.
Yes. Played by Cheryl Campbell, what is the first name of Eric Little's sister who disapproves of his running as it gets in the way of his missionary work?
Jenny.
Yes. Alongside 20th Century Fox, the other main financial backer of Chariots of Fire was Allied Stars, a firm set up by which British-based Egyptian entrepreneur?
Dirty Fayed.
Mohammed Al-Fayed. When Eric Little drops out of the 100 metres due to the heats taking place on a Sunday, which member of the British royal family fails to convince him to change his mind?
The Prince of Wales.
That's correct. So that Eric Little can run the 400 metres, Lord Lindsay gives up his spot in the event because he has already won a silver medal in which other race?
The 400-metre hurdles.
Correct. After Harold Abrahams wins the gold medal in the 100 metres, his coach, Sam Musabini, jubilantly punches and destroys what item in celebration?
His hat or boater.
Correct. Competing against Lord Lindsay, Harold Abrahams becomes the first person ever to successfully complete the College Dash, a quadrangle sprint said to be of how many paces?
188.
Correct. Famously saying "The British are coming" when he was awarded the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay, which British actor developed and wrote the script for Chariots of Fire?
Colin Welland.
Yes. When the athletes complete their iconic run along the beach, they jump over 2 white fences, run across a small grassed area and head towards what building?
The Carlton Hotel.
Yes, just in time to start rehearsals for Iolanthe. When they first go up to Cambridge University in 1919, Harold Abrahams and Aubrey Montague sign up to be members of what musical society?
The Gilbert and Sullivan Musical
Yes,
Society.
they do. Harold Abrahams' opponents in the final of the Olympic 100 metres include Jackson Schultz, Charlie Paddock, and which athlete from New Zealand?
Tom Watson.
Yes. For location filming, the Bebington Sports Arena near Liverpool doubled as what sports stadium, where athletics events were contested at the 1924 Olympic Games?
The Paris Olympics.
The Stade de Colombes. Not a single pass there, Alex, and you get 10 points. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of the specialist subject round. Let's have a look at all the scores, and they're very widely varied. In 4th place, 3 points, is Kelly. In 3rd place, with 6 points, Hamid. In 2nd place, with 10 points, we have Alex. And in the lead at this moment, on 12 points, is Jake. Great start, everyone. And this means it is now time for the general knowledge round. And just like Chariots of Fire itself, the contenders must find the power within to complete this race. There are 90 seconds on the clock to answer as many questions as possible. If there's a tie at the end, the person with the fewest number of overall passes will be tonight's winner. And we will begin with the contender currently in 4th place. Well, Kelly, join me again, please. So, Kelly, you come in with 3 points.
Yes.
And I know, feeling rueful because you did know many of those
I
answers.
did.
Are you ready?
I am.
Your time starts now. Derived from the Mexican-Spanish term for avocado sauce is the name of what dip made of mashed avocados mixed with various seasonings?
Guacamole.
Correct. Stretching for over 3,700 kilometres before its confluence with the Mississippi, the Missouri is the longest river in which country?
The United States of America.
Correct. Vincent Lingiari led the strike and walk-off by the Gurindji people from which Vesties owned property in 1966.
Pass.
Which classic novel by Roald Dahl featuring the characters Miss Honey and Miss Trunchbull was adapted for film in 1996?
Matilda.
Yes. Having a coastline on the Baltic Sea, Kaliningrad is an external region of Russia bordered by Poland and which other country?
Croatia.
Lithuania. Which school of thought based on ancient Jewish texts has been associated with celebrity followers such as Madonna and Ashton Kutcher?
Kabbalah.
Correct. In which prison-based comedy drama does Australian actress Yael Stone play Lorna Morello, whose crimes include attempted murder and mail fraud?
Orange is the New Black.
Yes. Having the atomic mass of 14 is the isotope of which element, often used to determine the age of archaeological discoveries?
Pass.
Originating from the left ventricle of the heart and carrying blood to the rest of the body, which is the largest artery of the human body?
Oh, goodness. The vena cava.
The aorta. Ruling from AD 434 to 453, which king of the Huns, I've started so I'll finish, was widely referred to as the Scourge of God?
Louis the 14th. I don't know.
Attila the Hun.
Oh, Attila the Hun. Of course, I actually didn't know that.
Just 2 passes for you, Kelly. The isotope with the atomic mass of 14 is carbon. The Gurindji people walked off the Vesties-owned Wave Hill in 1966. Nonetheless, 5 points for you.
Thank you.
Bringing you to a total of 8.
Thank you.
And now, can we have Hamid to the chair, please? Hamid, you come with 6 points.
Yes.
Are you feeling confident?
Let's see.
More important, are you feeling ready?
Oh, I'm ready as I can be.
Then your time starts now. In Jan Martel's 2001 novel Life of Pi, what species of big cat is the character Richard Parker?
Tiger?
Yes. Also a slang term meaning throw, what one-word name is given to the cut of beef taken from the parts of the neck and shoulder and often used in stews?
Pass.
Unison, The Colour of My Love and Falling Into You are albums by which Canadian singer?
Ryan Adams?
Celine Dion. Sometimes called the law of conservation of energy, which law of thermodynamics states that energy can be neither created nor destroyed?
The second law of thermodynamics?
The first. In 1992, the Paralympic Games was hosted by which major port city in the Northern Hemisphere?
Pass.
Prior to being annexed in 1961, which Indian state with a 3-letter name was a Portuguese colony?
Goa.
Yes. Set in 1940s North Carolina, Bright Star is a 2014 musical co-written by which father of the bride actor?
Leslie Nielsen?
Steve Martin. Born Marie Grossholz, by what name is the renowned French sculptor who opened a famous waxworks in London better known?
Madame Tussauds?
Correctly. With a name derived from Greek and meaning to set in motion, which substances have a regulatory effect on activities such as growth and reproduction in humans and plants?
Pass.
Famously used in his psychoanalytic sessions, what item of furniture was Sigmund Freud reportedly given by a grateful patient named Madame Benvenisti?
Pass.
In the TV cartoon series, what is the name of Scooby-Doo's nephew whose catchphrase is Puppy Pa? You may answer.
Scrappy-Doo.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, Hamid, 4 passes for you. The slang term meaning both throw and a cut of meat is chuck. Barcelona is where the Paralympic Games were held in 1992. The substances with the effects on growth and reproduction are hormones. And the famous gift by a grateful patient to Sigmund Freud was the couch. You achieved 4 points there, bringing you to a total of 10. Thank you. Well done. After the break, our final 2 contenders, Alex and Jake, take to the chair again. See you soon. Welcome back to Mastermind. Our final two contenders, Alex and Jake, are about to take on their 90 seconds of general knowledge. That's a challenge, and joining me next is Alex. Well, Alex, you come with 10 points already in the bag. And how are you feeling?
I feel great, Jen.
Do you?
Absolutely.
Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
We are going to now launch on the general knowledge round.
Please do.
Your time starts now. Often featuring Sam Kekovich, the TV adverts by Meat and Livestock Australia to coincide with Australia Day promote what type of meat?
Lamb.
Yes. Released in 1995, which Australian film is based on Dick King-Smith's book, The Sheep Pig?
Babe.
Yes. What is the name of Nintendo's hybrid handheld console gaming device that was released in 2017?
The Switch.
Yes. Named Connie Gustafsson in an early draft, what is the name of the principal character in Truman Capote's novel Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Tiffany.
Holly Golightly.
Oh, of course.
Born in northern France in 1927, which French fashion designer was known for the Bettina blouse?
Yves Saint Laurent.
No, Hubert de Givenchy. Running for over 1,000 kilometres in length and sharing its name with the famed wine region, what is the longest river located wholly in France?
Oh, the Loire.
Correct. Which champion American tennis player won the first of her 6 Wimbledon women's singles titles in 1966?
Billie Jean King.
Correct. Affectionately dubbed The Bean, the large reflective sculpture called Cloudgate by artist Anish Kapoor is a major tourist attraction in which US city?
Seattle.
Chicago. Known for wearing colourful shirts, which Australian science communicator presents Great Moments in Science podcast for the ABC?
Karl Krasinski.
Yes. The two orientations of A4 paper that are offered during word processing or printing are portrait and what other?
Landscape.
Correct. In 490 BC, the forces of which king of Persia invaded Greece but were defeated at Marathon?
Pass.
Which 1970 blockbuster film starring Ryan O'Neal and Ali McGraw contains the famous line, "I've started so I'll finish"? Love means never having to say you're sorry.
Love Story.
Yes. Just one pass there, Alex. The king of Persia during the defeat at Marathon was Darius.
Okay, yeah.
But you got 8 points.
Wow.
And you've achieved a total of 18.
Thank you.
And finally, Jake, please join us. Well, great to have you back in the chair. How are you feeling, given that you're already holding 12 points? The score to beat is 18.
I'm feeling completely fine, Jennifer. Nothing to worry about.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Your time starts now. Which soft rock duo consisting of Graham Russell and Russell Hitchcock had hits with Lost in Love and Every Woman in the World?
Soft Cell.
Air Supply. In 1986, a rocket was launched into Earth's orbit carrying the core module of which Russian space station?
Skylab.
Mir. Aboriginal rights activist and anti-nuclear campaigner Yami Lester was rendered blind by British nuclear tests in which Australian state?
Western Australia.
South Australia. In the AFL, what term describes a club official permitted to enter the field of play to pass on instructions from the coach to the players?
Referee.
A runner. What dish consists of a boneless chicken stuffed into a boneless duck, which is then used to stuff a boneless turkey?
Turducken.
Yes. Founded as the Anglo-Persian Oil Company in 1909, which British petrochemical corporation unveiled the slogan Beyond Petroleum in the early 2000s?
BP.
Yes. The Caribbean island of Hispaniola is shared by 2 nations, the Dominican Republic and which other?
Haiti.
Yes. Observed annually on November the 11th and later renamed Remembrance Day, Armistice Day was originally a commemoration of the end of which war?
World War I.
Yes. Which planet's outer ring, named Adams, contains prominent arcs, including 3 called Liberty, Equality and Fraternity?
Saturn.
Neptune. Home to a monolith known as the Rock, Gibraltar is the subject of a long-standing dispute between the UK and which other country?
Spain.
Correct. Due to anti-German sentiment in 1917, King George V changed the name of the British royal family from Saxe-Coburg and Goethe to what?
Windsor.
Yes. Mel Blanc voiced which regular Looney Tunes character as if suffering from the speech impediment known as rhotacism? And you may answer.
Elmer Fudd.
That is right. Jake, you got 7 points there, no passes, total of 19.
Thank you.
And that is the end of the general knowledge round, so let us check out those final scores. In 4th place with 8 points, Kelly. In third place with 10 points, we have Hamid. In second place with 18 points is Alex, and just squeaking, but nonetheless arriving in first place with 19 points is Jake. That was very well played. We'll see you again in our weekly final. Thank you for watching and playing along at home. And if you think you have what it takes to become Australia's mastermind, please visit sbs.com.au/mastermind and apply. Also, join us again tomorrow. I'm Jennifer Byrne. Thanks for your company. Congratulations again, and good night.